I may have a caffeine addiction, I'm not gonna lie. Messi or Ronaldo? Oh my gosh, Ronaldo without a doubt. I actually have a vendetta against Messi. Low key, see the thing is, and I'm not the kind of player, dude, every time I see the mats, it scares me. I'm not the kind of person, sorry, not player, that has a problem with a team or a player and like legitimately hates them, or, you know, I guess you could say degrades them. However, I will say I am not a fan of Messi purely because people say he's the GOAT, and I get it. I definitely do. But what I don't like, I really started to not like him after France lost. When it comes to the men's team, the only two teams I care about are Brazil and France. And the fact that we threw, like, one guy missed in the last World Cup, I almost said Super Bowl, made me kind of die inside. Because it was like, somebody hit, someone scored, and then another person scored. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't like the goalkeeper got it. Because, you know, there's not much you can do against that. You know, you can kind of fake it out, but you can't really do the Neymar Jr. fake out or you'll get in trouble. But it just really hurt because he missed it. I think he hit the pole, and that made me die inside a little bit because my favorite players are Ronaldo, Neymar Jr., and Mbappe will always be my favorite players. So yeah, definitely Ronaldo out of that. Sweet. Why do you think Fortnite Zero Build is not looked at the same competitively as builds Fortnite? Honestly, in my opinion, it's basically because everyone is also always associated building in Fortnite with being good at Fortnite, which has not been the case for like the past 3.5 years. From 2017 all the way to about 2021 when Chapter 3 came out, and, you know, Zero Build was part of the story and was, you know, people liked it so much that they made it a game mode. People have crapped on it purely for not having builds, which I understand in the beginning. Like, if just at face value, I get it, because obviously Fortnite was known for building, and building is what set Fortnite apart from, you know, Apex, COD, the older, you know, PUBG, H1Z1, like those games. I do get it. However, now when they really started, like, I don't remember when they really started doing tournaments, but for me, when I saw them, like some of the most active players like Zemi, FaZe Replays playing, like scrims, and I don't know what it would have been, Cash Cups, like tournaments in general, I'm not good with the names, was literally like Chapter 4 and the beginning of Chapter 4 and 5. I haven't seen anything. Like, even if I go to compete, if I go and I press Zero Build, there might be, yeah, there squads, that's it, which is fine, but I think there were some solo Cash Cups. Yeah, OG cat, yeah, it doesn't even show me. It's you can't go back far enough. There's some Reload Open Cup, that's cool, but they don't have anything where a Zero Build player could make a living, you know? Like, if you're a good builds player, you're young, you're grinding,
I beg your pardon,
you can essentially, if you win, this isn't, you know, like, it's easy, but FNCS and the other tournaments that go on inside builds to this day still allow people to make, you know, competitive a living. And if you do competitive mixed with streaming and a little bit of YouTube content, like a little bit of bare bones, just uploading your videos, and you're good, you'll still be able to make a living. They've just not given Zero Build players nearly as much love. Like, if they made Zero Build FNCS or crazy, you know, did a Zero Build World Cup, that would be insane. The amount of encouragement it would give players to do Fortnite in a completely different way would probably bring the game back from the dead, you know, as far as like people caring about competitive. Like, I don't know too many people that are like hyped up about competitive anymore. Like, I think Chapter 4 was the last time I saw people, and people I know, really hyped up about it. And that's also the last chapter I personally really enjoyed. That's why I play, you know, OG, and why I play Reload, because the main map, there's always some garbage in it that makes it, you know, like a bot being able to kill you, like the katana, the bat. I just can't do that crap. So in my personal opinion, honestly, I think Ninja said it best, that Zero Build kind of saved Fortnite, like the OGs, it saved them, it saved the casual players. And I will always say this, in my opinion, Zero Build is harder on a casual level than builds. Builds is harder when you go into ranked. Like if you're playing unranked builds and zero build, I guarantee you, and I play both. I have obviously played both, and I go in between them sometimes, but I mainly stick to zero build because this is a patience thing. The fights and how long they can drag on to me is not entertaining for videos. Like when I'm sitting there and I'm watching people and it takes 3 minutes for a fight and you've got like 5 kills at the end of a video, that's so lame to me. Some people like build fights. Some people find that entertaining, and there's plenty of YouTubers for that. But to me, that's the main reason I stick to zero build, because I can play builds and I'm not bad at builds. I kind of enjoy it from time to time, and it takes a lot of stress of positioning away when you can just put a wall in between you anytime you get shot. Zero build, you go into an open field, no mobility and no cover, you're just dead. I mean, you have got to think about every single decision you make. So that to me makes a lot more clutches in videos for me personally. It kind of saved Fortnite, and I just think that zero build will only ever be regarded the same and the skill level being the same is if they literally did like a World Cup, because you can't get it through to people that not having a key component of, you know, a year's worth of a game is equal to only having good aim. But in my opinion, most players aren't even good enough at aiming in builds to go into zero build. Like I can go into builds and I can win. It won't be flashy. I won't be piecing people up. Maybe, unless they're really bad. Definitely not in ranked. I've gotten some ranked wins before, and I was actually playing it just a little bit ago, but it is so much like different. I think unless you are a crazy good builds player and a crazy good zero build pro and you swap, the average builds player is at a much bigger disadvantage because they don't know how to play without building. They don't understand positioning. A pro will understand this. They'll get mad that they can't build, but they'll understand the value of mobility and of bunkers, shield bubbles, bushes, all this kind of stuff. So I just think that it has to do with the little kids, if I'm being honest, because most people, pros, you know, like teenagers to younger adults, will look at zero build and be like, yeah, their aim is insane. It takes away a part of the builds, you know, it does take away a part that makes it very skillful, but it doesn't make it any less skillful when you win, you know, a cash cup in zero build versus builds, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. Yo, what the hell is going on down there? Oh, I'm sorry, Timmy. Where is everybody, by the way? And people were talking about, what do you mean zero build is harder in a casual manner? Dude, it's been a top 4 for like a circle and a half. I shot just to bait people, just to peek so I could see where they are. Nope. There we go. These two guys are like on each other's Johnson, I think. I could probably even win a heal off if I could place the campfire somewhere. GG's. The fact that these two were sitting on top of each other for that long is actually kind of wild.